kane hane hane amma hane aye hane hala hamoyane hina hana hine Imzaia hi Imzaia Imzaia hani heyo I Halimeya kani hani heyo I Halimani heyo I Hamineya kalimayane ekarayane kale Hamineya heni heya ho heni hami honi he. Top of the midday to you, beautiful Imzaia. I am not the one you were thinking about. I am not a Kara coming in. This is I, Kuthumi. Yeah, Kuthumi. And I bring you joy. And I bring you freedom. And I bring you love.
I was thinking about you.
I know you were thinking about me. I was thinking about you too.
Dangerous.
Yes. So good day, Imzaia. Good day to all of you. I am not a Kara. Unfortunately, he could not make it right now. He is making preparations for his special new energy classes. And I want to tell you a couple of things, as I had the chance to be here with you right now. I know that Ikara and the Jeshua, who is our messenger, has been telling you about these new energy classes that are about to begin. And I want to give you a little bit of more information about all of this. First of all, I want to tell you that it will not just be Ikara teaching you all of these things. It will also be the dragon energies. The dragon energies that you know by the names of Shasaya, based on Mount Shasta, of course. And then Kamalaya, based in Cornwall. And then, of course, also Toraya, based in Glastonbury. And there's yet one other that will come in to teach you about all of these things as well. And this is the energy you know as Ranaya. Ranaya is based in Mount Charleston. These energies will be doing the translating work, together with Ikara. But the Jeshua was wrong in one respect. I will not be partaking in these classes as a student like yourselves. I have promoted myself, because this is free energy, I have promoted myself as the assistant of Ikara. Tell me, why could I not do this? Right? If there is someone who knows about free energy, is it not I, Kuthumi? And don't I live in all of your hearts? So you all know about this free energy. It is just our intention to bring this back into your consciousness. Now, speaking of free energy, it is interesting to note how I was here already for a good 5 minutes when your meditation thing and the opening of the circle was still going on. You know, Imzaia, it is very difficult for all of you to let go of old structures. All of you. Even the spiritual ones, even people like you, because when you gather around and want to do the spiritual Ekaraya / channel thing, you still have a paradigm that you are following. And I am inviting you, I and all of the others, am inviting you to let go of these paradigms. They will no longer support you. They will no longer work. Do you think that the waves plan the way they are going to crash onto the beach? Do you think the waves plan how big they are going to get beforehand? No, they don't. They just crash. And if they are big and huge, like the ones you might find, for instance, in Maui or other places on these islands, then that is beautiful to watch. But if they remain small and tiny and just make a small splash sound as they crash onto the ocean, they feel as big as the big ones that crash onto the ocean and then onto the sand. You should realize this. So I am just here, basically, to tell you that these energy classes that you will be having will be quite different indeed. It will not just be talk, 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 talk. It will not just be sing, 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 sing. Maybe lal sing, yes, but not sing, 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 sing. It will be about action. It will be about interacting, not with the other, but with yourself. You see, you came to this planet Earth with all the information already there in your heart. You came to this planet Earth with everything already prepared. So these energy classes, they are not about bringing in energy and then transmitting this energy to you. They are just reminders. They are just here to remind you that you already know everything. You see, there is a difference in perspective that I would like to start with today. You all think that you can be in low energy or that you can be in high energy. You all think that you have to shift your vibration, to raise your vibration. And you come together and you say, oh, I'm in a low vibration. Oi, oi, I need to get into a higher vibration. Help me, help me. The guilt, the guilt. Have you ever considered that the consciousness works in a different way? Have you ever considered that you are all the frequencies all the time? And that all that you have to be aware of in your awareness is that your consciousness is just a focal point. It is like turning on a ray of light on a beautiful, beautiful tree like the one that we have surrounding us here. And if you were to be here at night, and you would have a flashlight, would you not? And you would point that up onto the tree, you would just see the lower branches, or if you point it differently, then you would see the higher branches. Does that mean that if you don't see the higher branches, that the higher branches are not there? No, it does not. The higher branches are always there. And the only thing that you are doing, Imzaia, is just simply pointing the light of your consciousness in a different way. And that is all that you have to remember. You are never in a low vibration. And you are never all floaty up there in a high vibration, and then people will come up to you like they did to you, for instance, my little boy. They come up to you and then they say, you have to ground, for the sake of God and all eternity, ground thyself. Do you have to? No, you are part of the ground, you are part of the earth. The only thing that you have forgotten when you are doing the floaty thing is that you are already a part of the lower, more materialized set of frequencies as well. So just remember this as these classes will go on, or otherwise you're going to have one bitch of a time. I can tell you that. I didn't want to say hell, but I said it anyway. You are going to have a very hard time indeed if you do not remember that you are all frequencies all the time. This is the way of the Lemurian. And I always get a little soft when I talk about Lemuria. It was the most beautiful place I have ever been. The most beautiful place. Those who have been listening to these Ekarayas, or even those that came before, the channelings, know that the first space where I ever materialized onto planet Earth was very nearby, in fact. It is that which you today call the place of refuge. It is that you will visit later today. And I told some of you that were listening then that I had my first physical orgasm just mere seconds after I materialized myself into a human body, or should I say a Lemurian body. And what was that orgasm like? It was very simple. It was a great journey to pour all of my energy into this physical body that would be created. Now, as a Lemurian energy comes into the earth, they always enter by means of the ocean. They always materialize by the sand that is in the ocean, and they use the water that is in the ocean, and they use the rays of light, and then they look up to the sky and understand that they can go up into the world. So that is what was happening to me. I had all this sand twirling around and all this water twirling around and the light of the sun coming in, and this was shaping my body. This was compressing, if you will, all of my 144 frequencies. And then I felt the sky and I knew I had to get out of the water. And so I got out of the water. And what did I do? I took just one step on the hot sand and lava rock that you can find still today at the place of refuge, and it immediately burned my feet. Oh, the sensation of burning my feet, the first physical sensation to experience, was so amazing that I even have to control myself at this very moment. But it got even better when after that, Imzaia, after that the first wave crashed in and took the heat of my feet away, and I climaxed. Now you must know, as Kuthumi, I climax very frequently, and it is very easy for me to do so. Even when you smile, my dear, it makes it happen. Ooh, yeah, do it to me again, baby. So anyway, I did this a lot as Kuthumi when I still was living in that body. But this was my first experience entering into the Lemurian space and time field, you see. The first thing I felt. And then, as I was becoming more aware of my body, it was a little bit strange, because I thought at that point I lost all connection with all the others around me. So the next thing I did was spend some time in that space and then realize that the connections were still there, you see. Only I was focusing my vibration at a lower level, so I couldn't see the connections anymore. I could just feel them. Now you are all talking about being telepathic, and you are all talking about seeing the energies, and you would have a party if you would finally see the energies. Now, why is it so that seeing is believing? It is not necessary. What you have forgotten is that your senses are indeed a tool of illusion, and that they are only there to provide you with a way into the illusion. Imzaia, it is all about feeling. What are you feeling? How do you feel inside? That is where you feel the energies around you. You don't need to see big waves of light hitting you. You don't need to feel all of it outside of you. All you need to do, if you want to sense another person, if you want to sense a situation, is feel it from within. That is where energy is truly experienced at the soul level, at the core level, at the inner level, at the blah 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 level as well. You see, so there I was, entering into the new Lemuria, as I did entering into the old Lemuria. And you too, all of you here, will also very soon be entering into the new Lemuria. So I myself, just like my good friend Ekara, whom I am the assistant from, my good friend Ekara is also speaking to you now from a future point and a point in the past timeline. You must remember this, for this will always guide you home. Some of you have been talking a lot about timeless space and that sort of thing. Now, I want to give you another perspective on that as well. It is not about stepping out of the timeline. It is not about letting go of past and future. It is about integrating all of it. If you are indeed all vibrations, all at the same time, and you know that the vibrations are that which is creating space, and that the frequencies is that which is creating time, then you also know that much in the same way as I have just explained to you, that you can exist in the lower vibrations or in the higher vibrations, and that it is just about focusing your consciousness and being aware that the place where you are not focusing is also there, is also present. So you can never be either in a low or in a high. You are always in all at the same time. The same way it works for space and time. This is a new perspective in free energy offered to you about space and time. If you are indeed all that is, Imzaia, if this is indeed the case, then you are also every space that you could ever walk in and every point in time you could ever exist in. So if you want to get yourself into the now, then maybe in a free energy world you should not limit the now. We have been speaking about the now. You have all been speaking about the now. Books have been written about the now. Why is the now only this moment? Why? If it is this moment, then you are limiting yourself. Then you are putting something inside of a box. You need to become aware again that you are all the moments. You need to become aware again that the past is taking place now. But you don't need to pull it here into this very moment, which is called now. Make your now all space. And make your now all time. And you will see that you become liberated. That you don't need to wake up every single day in the same body. That you don't need to wake up every single day in the same space that you went to sleep in. But if you are a free energy, then you can be at any point of space and time that you would like. For you see, you are any given point in space and time. And this is why my good friend Ekara and now myself can be talking to you at a point in the future or at a point in the past and bring it to you here now, you see. I have once told you, Imzaia, that when I look at you, that I always see new frequencies, that I always see new energy. While if you look at one another, you know, most of you have met each other yesterday, yes? Now, if you look at each other today, most of you see the same physical body, the same energy even. And most of you will look at one another, judging one another. Even if you are in love, even if you are loving one another, you are still judging one another because you are expecting someone to be a certain way. This is a judgment. And it is not nice. It is ugly. It is totally ugly. When I look at you, as I said before, I see all of you. And when I say I always see something new, that means that I see all of your frequencies spread out and all of your vibrations spread out throughout time and throughout space. But the difference is the moment. The difference is the moment where my consciousness and your consciousness are focusing on the same concepts, the same creation. And this is why to me you are always new. If I didn't do this, then I would see you focusing on something that we had both been focusing on in the past. And I would be pulled out of my complete, total, unified experience. And this is so important in new energy, in free energy. This is why I wanted to come in as Ekara's assistant, and that I wanted to tell you this before the energy classes get underway later today. Otherwise, you are just sitting there. Otherwise, you are just listening to words. Otherwise, you are just doing ookie pookie wookie wookie exercises. And they mean nothing. But you need to understand this. Understand that you are all vibration, all frequency, taking place all at the same moment. But that, because of the existence in frequency and in vibration. You are experiencing each moment as it was a unique event. What you don't understand is that they all flow together. What you don't understand that they are all one. And you are just a consciousness focusing on one space, on one timeline. You see? One moment. Now, oh, I just figured something out. This is how I can tell you what the difference is between consciousness and awareness. For I know that many of you, Imzaia, have been thinking, what the hell is he talking about? What is the difference between consciousness and awareness? The I am presence. Yes, interesting word concept, but what does it mean? Well, if you have, and I will do this all over again, if you have the mind, very low energy indeed, if you have the mind that can only focus on 12 frequencies out of a limited set of 144, if you are just talking about your own body, if you are talking about all the rest, then there is no limits. But if you have the mind, which consists of 12 frequencies instead of 144, then you would have consciousness above that, understanding that there is a greater set of frequencies. But what consciousness does, and that is why the mind and consciousness still go hand in hand, the consciousness will know that there is a greater set of frequencies, but still it will focus on a specific set, on a specific part of those frequencies, and a specific part of those vibrations. Now, if you go one step higher into awareness, or into the I am presence, you see, then you no longer focus. At least you don't focus on a particular set. You focus is all that is. And you are no longer the body. You are no longer this shell. You are these sweet little bugs that are ugly buggers. I am an ugly bugger too, but that are ugly buggers moving there across the stones. You are the waves. You are the tree. You are the birds singing. And I have told you this before. But now I am telling you that this is becoming a practical tool. No longer focus on a specific set of frequencies and vibration, but meld it all together. You know, I am the architect behind that concept that has been spoken about just the other day by Adamus Saint Germain. The Akenet, or the Akenaic web. I am the architect behind it. It will only work if you do what I just said to do. If you will open up all those frequencies, if you will take the focused laser beam that was your consciousness and turn it into the golden rays of sunshine again. You see, if you are the sun is not particular on which it shines on. It is not particular where its rays will end up. If the sun is shining, it is shining, baby. If the sun is shining, it is touching everything. Now, this is awareness versus the flashlight that is consciousness, that is just aiming its beam at a specific place. And then you would have the mind, which is the flashlight with batteries running out, you know, almost dead, almost gone, just a wee bit of light, just shiny, but nothing more, thinking that it is the biggest ray it can be. Go into this state of awareness, make your flashlight into a sun, and touch everything around you. Understand that you are everything around you. Oh, now, yes. Some of you here, and some of you listening to these messages at a later date are going, yes, Kuthumi, blah, blah, blah. We already heard that. You already told us that we are everything around you. We already know that we are all the things. Yeah. Well, I tell you, Imzaia, how dare you? How dare you think this way? Yes, we have spoken to you about this before. But you are still in an old paradigm. You are still in an old movie. It is time to end the freaking movie and to begin a new one. It really is. It is time to leave the theater. And it is time to get out and understand that you were in a theater. That you were just playing a role in this movie. It is time to know that there is a bigger life out there. And the good news is, for all of you here today, it will start today. This is the reason why I and the others have invited the Jeshua and this fellowship here today to go to the place of refuge. You will visit these spaces several times during your trip. The first one you will go to is just here, a little bit down the road. It is the original one. It is the first one. In that space, you will see that there is a pool of death and a pool of rebirth. Now, one way to let go of the old paradigm is to enter into that pool with your intention. Because I can talk to you, I don't know, until King Tut becomes alive again. I can talk to you until the sun starts shining. I can talk to you until you have to go to the bathroom really, really hard. But still, will you have actually heard the things that I have been saying to you? You will have heard, yes, but you will have been in the old paradigm. Yes, my friend, step over here, and before you say another word, I need a hug. Come on, come on, come on. Hug me. Oh yes, I love you. Oh, let's make love right here and now. Okay, that was good for me. Was it good for you?
Yes.
Okay, sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't hurt your ass.
What about the fact that all of us, in a way, we still are some kind of individual entities?
Yes. What about that?
Yeah.
It's a lie. You are no individual entities. There is no individualism.
How do
you believe you are.
How do I, because I'm speaking as I, you are
Yes.
speaking as you.
Yes.
How do I have to see that concept then?
Oh, it's very simple. You need to let go of the 6 illusions. And this is very hard, especially for people living today. The first illusion is the illusion of form. You know, I'm not going to repeat all the other ones because, you know, I don't like the blah 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 thing. But the first 5 together create a 6th, which is the illusion of separation. So because you are in the first 5 illusions, you are living the biggest illusion of all, that there is an I and a me and a you and a him and a her. There isn't. If you keep persisting in using the mind the way you have been trained to use it, you will not be able to let go of these illusions. And this is very confrontational. I can understand. You know, I went crazy when I understood all of this. I'm still crazy today. High five, man. Yeah.
But still, I understand, and I'm now in my mind.
Yes.
But in a way, you, it's you are talking as you, Kuthumi.
Yes.
How do I have to see you, Kuthumi, and how do I have to see me, Jan, as well, we are a whole.
Oh, I'm not. If I say the name Kuthumi, then you are Kuthumi too.
Yes. Okay.
It's that simple.
Okay.
Really. Once I speak to an audience like this, the audience is me, and I am the audience. There is no difference. But letting go of those illusions, my friend, is the hardest thing you shall ever do. And you are still inside of them. All of you are still inside of them. Alright? So, as you go to this supposed place of refuge, that at least is the Hawaiian name, in Lemuria this place was called the place of death and rebirth. If you go to this place, be ready to let go of your old paradigms. It is there, by the way, that Ekara and the others and myself will give you the first actual free energy class. This is where it will begin. We came here right now near the ocean because we specifically wanted to be very close to dolphin energy. And I invite all of you, once this blah 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 moment is over, to get into the water, to find the dolphins, because they are very close at this very moment. You can find them if you want. And if you are opening yourselves up just enough, then you will see that they are a part of you too. Now, that I'm talking about it anyway, there is a special thing going on with dolphins. You want to know what it is? You want to know why the dolphin energy touches you so heavily when you see it? Dolphins are the connectors, you see. You all of your bodies, as I said to you before, have a range of 144 frequencies. And then the person, which is an illusion, sitting next to you, also has 144 frequencies, just slightly different from the other one. Dolphins have a set of unlimited frequencies, blended together, blended vibration, like the exercise about the Akenet and the Akenaic cell here in the center of your thymus that was talked about just mere days ago. What they do, they are basically one huge Akenaic cell, blending all of their vibrations, blending all of their frequencies. Only their frequency and their vibration is totally unique to this galaxy, to this total universe. You will not find another living consciousness that carries that same set of vibration, that same set of frequency. Now, what do? Once you get in touch with them, they nibble away at your most outward pointed vibration. The last one here on the left side of you, and the last one there on that side of you. Only they don't destroy it, they don't eat it, they just open up, open up, open up. So once you have touched heart to heart with a dolphin, your vibrations on the one end of the spectrum and on the other end of the spectrum are opened up. So you are in constant contact with everything that is around you. This is why on the 27th of September, you all here on this Lemurian experience will touch with dolphins if you haven't done it before yet. Because the only way to get into this free energy is to open up the subharmonics on the left side and on the right side of you. If you do this, then you become free. Then you are beyond limit, and it will be much easier for all of you to let go of these illusions, especially the illusion of form. For what else is the illusion of form than a separate set of frequency? So this is the magic of the dolphin. A completely different, harmonious set of frequencies specifically designed to open yours up. That is the beauty. That is their blessing. That is their gift to this planet Earth. And that is why they think holographic. That is why they exist from just the one Akenaic cell. Basically, you could say there is just one dolphin. The dolphin doesn't see itself as an individual, so it doesn't say, oh look, there's other dolphins, I'm going to play with them. It just looks at the other and understands itself better. And that is why it is thinking holographic. This is where the Lemurian is going, and was going before. So just like in India you have the holy cow, in Lemuria you have the holy dolphin, so to speak. This is the great truth of the Lemurian, and you will begin to understand as these teachings continue that the Lemurian basically based everything on dolphin information and dolphin behavior. This is why we wanted to be close to the ocean now. After this is over, we will not do a Q&A right now. So after this is over, go into the ocean. If you are a wee bit afraid of swimming, then just put your wee little feet into the water. That will also bring you the touch, you see. And then, after that, and after you do the lunch thing, let us go to the place of refuge, where you can step into the pool of death and let go all the old paradigms that you have been taught, where you can walk on sacred roots that if you just take your shoes off, What a concept, shoes. If you just take your shoes off at that point and just walk around on the route, you will feel the healing power. You will feel the frequencies opening up again. And then you have a choice. Either you step back into a different pool, the pool of rebirth, or you wait. You wait till the following part, the following day, where we'll go to a different bay and where you can do that process all over again. I know that I have invited the Jeshua to start the seminar at the place of refuge and to finish the seminar at the place of refuge. So if you wish, take these 7 days and use your death cycle to let go of the old paradigms, so that once at the end of the seminar on the 29th you can step into the place of rebirth, into the pool. And then you will find that the 3 coming months after this one are going to be fairly easy on you. It's going to be fun to let go, you know. It's going to be fun to let go of the mind. It's going to be fun to let go of the concept of you being a male or you being a female and all the things that you were taught. And once those 3 months are over, I am certain that you too will step through the 28th of January 2008 portal and leave behind time and space as you have known it. I am telling you, Imzaia, you have the option by that time to let your consciousness become so big that it is awareness, and to make sure that you are activated again on 144 DNA strands, and that you can be anywhere at any given point. Does this mean you will no longer have a body? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that even though your body may be sitting here overlooking the ocean, that you will understand that you are the ocean, and you will experience all the beaches, all the places of that Pacific Ocean over there that the waves crash onto. You will be in those places as well. And you will be the little bugs moving around during that time as the waves crash. And you will be able to transport yourselves. You will be able to do all of these things. But it has to start by letting go, shutting down your expectations and shutting down the old paradigm. You have been prepared in the last 10 to 15 years, and in some cases even longer. You have been prepared to do this simply because of all the information you have listened to and the way you were thinking about the information. This was just a trick for the mind, so that the mind could finally start the letting go process, which has begun now. And there is no turning back. So I advise you, if you are in doubt of that which you want to do, better think hard and better think intensely. For several hours from now, as the 999 portal will close, if you are on the planet then, oh my babies, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. Enjoy the ocean in a few minutes. And I also invite you to take all those Imzaia and to take all those people that are listening to this message at a later point into your heart and take them with you into the ocean, so that when this message ends for them as well in a couple of minutes, they can experience this water, they can experience these waves. You don't have to know their names, you don't have to know what their bodies look like, just feel them. Feel them in your own body. Feel them in your own space. And you can do this for everyone. So enjoy what is going to happen. And I, together with Ikara and together with the dragons, will see you again in a couple of hours probably at the place of refuge. You are dearly, dearly, dearly loved. And we want you to know that you are also greatly respected. For you are the ones to incarnate into the human flesh, so that you might change these lower vibrations by believing you only exist out of lower vibrations. So, my brothers and sisters, I will see you later today. Now swim with the dolphins and be free, free, free. And so it bloody is.